Setting up online payments through FundMetrics app is fairly straightforward. There's some information you will need as far as your organization is concerned, and of course identification for yourself, since we are dealing with credit card payments in this instance. But the step-by-step process is fairly clear as you go along. I will show it to you through the ABC Test account. So let's log in. Of course, the app.fundmetric.com is the site where you'll find the login panel. Let's go in. There's my dashboard as always, and over in my settings menu, which can be found in the upper right hand side under my name. So my user in this case is ABCEO, very original and alphabetical. Under the settings panel, halfway down the menu on the left-hand side, I'll see payment processing. That's where I can plug in our payment processor that we use to process credit card transactions, and that's Stripe. Now, plugging in through this will not only allow you to take credit card donations at a competitive rate, but it also allows us to capture the information for you as you're accepting the donations, so that you don't need to be spending the time adding constituents and logging the donation as well. If you click Connect with Stripe, you can get started on the first step, which is just simply allowing your payments to come through that method. So you'll be defining things like your country, what you do. Down here you can note that you are a nonprofit. You'll need to put in your legal name as far as tax documentation is confirmed, or is concerned rather. So let's see, ABC Literacy Incorporated is what I am in this imaginary world, and my tax ID is the 123456789. As you can see, they have the explanation of what the business number is if you need some clarification, or even how to apply online for one. But I imagine we're past that point right now. I'll use the autocompletes to spare you the time of filling out the business address. As you can see, when you put in the postal code, it'll actually spot where it is. Mainland East Shore, Nova Scotia. Happy days. abc.org is my tester website. As I continue, it'll actually validate it. So if it's not something, if you've done a typo there, it'll pick up that for you. I don't sound like a Carol, so I'm not sure I'll put in that I'm Carol. It wants some identification for myself, just to make sure that I'm a real person. It's not used in any way rather than just validating my identity. They're not going to send me a birthday card or anything. If you want to, feel free. But moving on from that, you can leave this blank. What will happen is you'll be reached out to in order to photocopy a license or something among those lines to again confirm your identity, because they don't want just anyone plugging into these things. Here's your business name, abc.org. I'll do that to ABC Literacy Incorporated maybe, and a phone number which will show up. So I want that to be like a basic info line, not perhaps my direct number. That's my secretary, presumably. The bank details are what some people will stumble across. What I really like about this intro screen, however, is that it'll spell out for me photo by photo where to find these things from a check. Some of this information can be found by simply Googling it or contacting your bank. They'll know their transit number, which is actually their branch number, sometimes referred to as, and the institution number, which will be like the bank sort code or something among those lines. But I'm just going to plug some things in that are sort of default. 003, I believe, is a particular bank, so it'll generally be some zeros and then a number, just because there's not that many major banks playing in the grand scheme of things. We'll put in an account number. Again, it shows me on a check where I can find an account number. Okay, there I am. And it's going to want to confirm this. Now, what I'm going to do right now is intentionally mess this up, because you can see the account numbers don't match. Oh my goodness. And once it does, you'll see it pops up with a check mark. So you'll make sure to eliminate any user error on that point. And then they just want to actually create a Stripe account. So an email address, you want to associate it with it, and a password. You authorize access to the account, and then you're good to go. Once you click that, it'll bring you back into the Fundmetric app. There are some other steps that need to be done to actually plug in for the data capture, and that's sort of allowing some authorization through the domains. I'll continue that along in the next video, but that's it as far as setting up Stripe onto the Fundmetric app. Thank you.